The following are not included in the nanomaterial classification seen in the material for the maker, namely dash.
Correct. Zero-dimension nanomaterials is the right answer. Application with morphological features smaller than a 1/10 of a micrometer in at least one dimension. Excellent. Nanomaterials is a brilliant choice. In which sector are nanomaterials actively used for the miniaturization of components such as transistors? Sharp thinking. Electronics is the right choice. Nanomaterials are usually defined as materials have at least one dimension with an average size is dash. Nice selection. A 100 num is the correct and valid answer. Mention one of the characteristics techniques to determine the chemical composition of nanomaterials. Valid point. Spectroscopy X-ray is true. In the dimensional nanomaterials classification, the following are not included in it, namely dash. Smart move. 4D nanomaterials is an accurate answer. What is the physical or mechanical property of concrete where nanomaterials improve it much more? On track. Mechanical resistance is the correct answer. What is the potential application of nanomaterials in creating stronger and lighter materials? Great job. Adding to other materials is the accurate answer. Why the properties of nanomaterials are different significantly compared to bulk materials? Perfect. Increased relative surface area is the correct choice. What is the main concern regarding the use of nanomaterials in medicine and other fields? You chose unknown safety risks. And it is correct. What is the main advantage of engineered nanomaterials over naturally occurring ones? Bravo! More control over properties is the answer. What is the main advantage of nanomaterials over their larger scale counterparts? Right choice. Decreased reactivity is the best answer. With which method is the nanomaterials manufactured, according to the exhibition? Good thinking. Hoda is an important woman's wife, is the right answer. What is the main advantage of nanomaterials in creating high-capacity batteries? Right again. Increased capacity is a valid answer. What is the main concern regarding the use of nanomaterials in the environment? Solid response. Unknown safety risks is a valid choice. How did nanomaterials impact the development of new materials on chemistry? Exactly. Revolutionize the development of materials makes sense and it is right choice. What is the main application of nanomaterials in water treatment plants? Nicely done. Removing pollutants is a solid answer. What is the primary challenge in the use of nanomaterials in dentistry? Smart pick. Potential toxicity is the correct choice. How many dimensions in the nanoscale must have at least a nanomaterial? Good job. Your answer minimum 1 works well here. Nanomaterials may exhibit different properties compared to bulk except. You're right. Increasing melting temperature is the correct answer. What is the potential application of nanomaterials in electronics? Well reasoned. Making better capacitors is the correct choice. Why nanomaterials are important for supercapacitor applications? Well done. All of them is the right choice. What synthesis method is used to create nanotube nanomaterials? Great thinking. Chemical vapor deposition is the right choice. What is the main advantage of nanomaterials in energy storage? Nice work. You chose increased capacity, and it is correct. What property of nanomaterials makes them great catalysts? Clear logic. Your choice increased surface area is sound and 100% true.
What step are nanomaterials added to the concrete mixture?
Excellent choice. Mixing step is the right answer. What property makes nanomaterials useful for dentistry? You got it? Your choice antimicrobial activity is right.
What type of nanomaterials used for in supercapacitors?
Well picked. Metal oxides is the correct answer. How do nanomaterials improve dental restorations? Correct response. All of the above is the most accurate answer. Nanomaterials have nanostructure in the range of... Strong choice. 1 to 100 nm is the right answer. Example of unusual properties of nanomaterials. You're right. All of the choices is the correct answer. Electrons trapped in a space without dimensions. Excellent. Nanoparticulates is a brilliant choice. The 4 types of artificial nanomaterials are: well done, carbon-based, metallic, composites and dendrimers tags nanomaterials is the right choice. What are some applications of nanomaterials? Nice work. You chose electronics, optics, sensors, and biodevices, and it is correct. How do nanomaterials benefit dentistry? Valid point. All of the above is true. Nanomaterials are interesting because... Bravo. Their properties depend on size is the answer. The properties of nanomaterials dash... Sharp thinking. Increase compared to normal materials is the right choice. So that nanomaterials are designed? Solid response. For specific tasks is a valid choice. How are nanomaterials created? Right again. By top-down and bottom-up techniques is a valid answer. What are nanomaterials? Good job. Your answer materials with particle size 100 nm works well here. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format. You chose contact Narayan Changda, and it is correct.